The soon-to-be battle engineer usually comes from a place of fast-paced, realistic shooter experience like Call of Duty or Battlefield, but now that they have their own 2012 Lenovo ThinkPad that they got from their dad's friend for $30, they decided it's time to get into the pro PC gamer side of gaming. However, they need to stick to free games as they spent the last of their allowance on that windmill sitting on their desk. After installing Team Fortress 2, the new player might start out playing as the Scout for his fast-paced running gun gameplay that they're so used to in COD lobbies. But to the new player's dismay, TF2 isn't the one-man army game that they're so used to playing. TF2 being an arena team-based shooter, the game proves to be far beyond the player's skill level. Their typical running gun style proves to get them killed more and more as their patient wears thinner and thinner and they become frustrated with the game. In their frustration and determination to run headfirst into ensured doom, they pay no attention to what's going on around them. While looking for videos to aid in their improvement, they learn more about TF2 through YouTube than they do actually playing the game. In their research, they find a fondness towards the hard-headed engineer and ponder the possibilities he may hold. In their excitement, the new engineer player jumps straight back into a match equipped with only their surface-level research on their new class's abilities. The new player finds themselves peering at the spawn room's somber atmosphere much less often, and relies solely on their sentry gun to get their name on the scoreboard. Although doing much better in the body count department, they don't feel fulfilled as their team constantly berates them for their lack of supportive tools on the battlefield.
Wanting to be a team player, the engineer main continues their engineer research and comes across Uncle Dane and his plethora of in-depth engineer tutorials. After spending days and weeks studying the engineer craft, they hop back into TF2 and find that their name is consistently on the scoreboard and their teammates have smiles on their faces. But they still feel an empty hole of fulfillment unachieved.
The engineer feels as though they wasted so much time and energy on a skill they find no joy in, as though they've lost time that they'll never get back. Stuck in the stereotype of an engineer main, this anger can come out in rage towards their teammates of past matches, YouTubers they once looked to for guidance, but most importantly towards themselves for being so naive to the peer pressure of their teammates and caving into the meta. Wanting to separate themselves from the engineer main stereotype, the player decides that they must wipe the slate clean and go back to where they began, a scatter gun in their hands. While the skill carries over, they find themselves in the same situation they started in, as they've made a habit of relying on that oh so trusty server-side aimbot to aid them in each and every scrap that they come across. Feeling there's no way to redeem the game, the player looks to their old pal the engineer and really ponders on how they can incorporate what they love into the game. The player feels that the game has heard their wishes and are graced with the infamous gunslinger. With their new ass-cracking super tool, the new and improved battle engineer main emerges, and they spend countless hours in MGE servers improving their aim and positioning, and begin to feel as though all those hours of working on their engineer gameplay and watching countless videos weren't for nothing and may aid them in the pubs to come. The battle engineer main has found a balance between supporting their team and gunning foes down. They've achieved that fulfillment and harmony they've so longed for. The battle engineer is now at peace, forever dominating the fields from Dust Bowl to Sweden.